Good evening, everyone. Welcome. I do hope you're having a good day. I'd like to provide you with training today, and our topic for today is competition versus leadership. Now, competition can be described or defined as the act of defeating or establishing superiority over a person or an organization. So, if you're a leader, you could be focused on competing with a business or competing with another leader or other leaders. Now, this is not to say that you don't admire traits in other leaders, but there's a difference between admiration and competition. When you admire a business or a leader, you aspire to be like them. So you place yourself in a position of learning. When you compete, on the other hand, you're trying to establish dominion. You're trying to show or prove that you are better than the other leader or the other business. And I know that the business world thrives on competition, but I do believe there's a better way. The book Blue Ocean Strategy describes this in more detail. It refers to red seas and blue seas, and I believe blue seas, if I remember correctly, was referring to the kinds of businesses that provide a new product offering. They don't seek to put other businesses out of business, or they don't seek to put other organizations out of business, rather, but they try and provide something new, something innovative, something that adds value to customers. So their focus is on their product offering and not on other businesses. Competition has its place, like in competitive sports. There has to be a winner, so competition does have its place. But in the area of leadership, it's better that you focus on yourself and your leadership skills than on somebody else. I listened to a podcast by Tyler Perry, one of the podcasts he's provided online. And he said that during the course of his life, he was so focused on achieving and making something of his life because he was focused on proving his father wrong. He wanted to prove to his father that he could make something of his life. And of course, he did that. But then he eventually got to a place whereby he had a confrontation with his father over the phone, and they had a discussion, and he ended up forgiving his father. And with that forgiveness, he found himself empty because for a long time, his father had been the source of his fuel. So the fact that he was trying to prove himself to his father was the thing that fueled him. And so when he forgave his father, he found himself empty. Being a man of faith, he went on to take steps to refuel himself with the correct source. But I tell that story to say this: when you make competition the source of your focus, you are fueled by something that is outside of yourself and outside of your control. And that's dangerous, because if something were to happen to your competition, then what would be the driving factor for you as a leader, as a business? How would you motivate yourself and motivate your people to stretch for more and stretch for better? So it's important that you focus not on competition, but focus on adding value. If you're leading a business, instead of focusing on what other businesses are doing, by all means be aware of what other businesses are doing, and by all means learn from other businesses, but let your main focus be on your organization and how you can improve yourselves, how you can improve your product offerings or your services. So if you were to compete against anything, it should be your last product offering or the last version of service that you provided. So if your focus is inward, it helps you do better, because then you're driven from the inside. Your focus comes from within you, and no one can take that away from you. And as a leader, if you focus on being the best version of yourself, if you focus on improving, assessing yourself and improving in small areas and then moving on to other areas of your life, you will find that your leadership capability and your leadership skills improves, because as you improve yourself, your leadership capability also improves, your capacity improves as well. And so if you're to compete with the last version of yourself as a leader, instead of competing with other leaders who might not even care about your existence or what you're doing. Instead of keeping your eyes on them, keep your eyes on you. And when your eyes is clearly placed on yourself, then you're able to see properly, and you have a good direction, you have a good view of where you're actually headed. But if you keep your eyes focused on somebody else, on another leader, on another organization, you could find yourself in a direction that you haven't actually planned or mapped out or even intended to arrive at. So focus on yourself and your leadership capabilities and improving yourself as a leader instead of competing with other people and with other organizations. Okay, these are my thoughts for you today. Please feel free to share this video with whoever you think needs to hear it. From my heart to yours. Until next time, take it easy. Bye.